Hello everyone, welcome back to this lecture in which we are going to study about the capillarity in soil, and I hope you might have studied about the capillarity even in the fluid mechanics subject. But even if you have not studied that or you don't remember it, don't worry. In this lecture, I am just going to revise you all the concepts that you have studied in the fluid mechanics. But obviously, we are not going into much depth as we go in the fluid mechanics because our primary motive for this particular lecture is to study the capillarity for the soil, not for the fluids or all the type of fluids, because in soil the main fluid that we observe is only water, not a kerosene or petrol or diesel. So now let us understand that what is capillarity. Capillarity is nothing but that is a simple phenomena of rise or fall of a fluid that we observe in the fine diameter tube. So first of all, let me write down the definition for you so that it will be more clear for you. So what is this? It is the phenomena of rise or fall of liquid in a fine diameter tube. Now the question arises that why it occurs only in the fine diameter tube. This is not true. It is actually observable only in the fine diameter tube, but it doesn't mean that it does not happen in the large dia. It even happens in the large dia, but it will not be so much that you can observe it. Why? We are going to understand that also. But here, see, when I have said that there can be both rise or there can be also fall, what does it mean? When rise will happen, when fall will happen, that we are going to understand now. See, there are actually total two type of forces that we are going to deal here. Cohesion is the first force, and cohesion is nothing but that is the force of attraction. That is the force of attraction between the molecules of same material. Between the molecules of same material. So obviously, as we are going to talk here about the fluid, here the material is nothing but that is the fluid particles. Whereas the another force that we are going to observe here is nothing but that is the adhesion, and this is the force of attraction between molecules of different material. And obviously, as we are going to observe the capillarity, here the different materials are nothing but that is the tube material and the fluid molecules. There is no direct relation between cohesion and adhesion. It varies from the particle or the material to the material. And if we observe that, let us suppose that this cohesion is lesser than the adhesion, then what does it mean? It will indicate that the fluid molecules will have more tendency to get attracted towards the molecules of the tube. That means if there is a tube that is inserted in a particular fluid, what you will observe here, if the adhesion is more, then the fluid will try to increase its contact area with the tube. And as it wants to increase the contact area, what you will observe that wherever there is a tube, the fluid will try to increase the contact area, and hence the free surface area around the tube will be curved like this. Because of the presence of such curve, you can see that this contact area is increased between the tube and the fluid. Not only on the outside surface but also in the inside of the tube, what you will observe that as fluid wants to increase the contact area, it will rise up in the tube, and hence not only it will rise up to a particular level, but even here at the rise you will see that the free surface will not be flat or horizontal, it will be again curved here. Why? Because here also you will see that there will be some increase in the contact area because of the presence of such curve. Whereas here what you have observed that if there is a cohesion is lesser than the adhesion, then there is a rise. But let us understand, if there is a cohesion more than adhesion, what you will observe there? In such particular case, you will observe that the fluid will try to decrease the contact area with the tube. And as it wants to decrease the contact area, you will observe that the free surface of the fluid surrounding the tube will bend like this. And not only this, you will also see that in the tube also it will decrease its level and the free surface will be like this only. Okay, so these are the two cases, and in the second case you will see that there is a fall in the capillarity tube. But also understand, here there is one more term, that is surface tension. Actually, surface tension acts on the free surface, along the free surface of the fluid. And here, as you know that this is the free surface, along the free surface there will be acting surface tension force. So the surface tension force is acting along this direction. And not only here but also here you will see that the surface tension force is acting in this direction. And if I observe that what is the angle of this particular surface tension force and the tube material, so this angle is nothing but this is known as contact angle. Here this contact angle, if you observe in the first case, what you can see that this contact angle is less than 90 degree or it is acute angle. But if I observe here, what I can see here that this is angle theta, and here that angle theta is more than 90 degree or it is obtuse in the falling case where the cohesion is more than the adhesion. So these are two different cases, and obviously the values will be directly opposite of each other. Now you have already understood that when the rise will happen and when fall will happen. Now the question is that what will be the height of rise or what will be the fall in the tube? If I am talking about the soil, then in general in soil fluid is water, and in soil you always observe capillarity rise because the tube material is the soil solids, because the water is actually present in the void of the soil. Hence, if we observe in the soil, then there is always rise. But if you want examples of these, then from fluid mechanics you might have also studied that the example of rise is nothing but that is the glass tube along with the fluid, that is water. But if I want to observe the fall, then that is observed with the glass tube and mercury that is present in the tube. So these are the two examples, but obviously if I am studying about the soil mechanics, then the example will be soil, solids and water, and in that particular case you will always see the rise. Now let us understand that what will be the height of rise of water in the capillarity. So let us assume that this is the capillarity tube and this is the free water surface. Now as you already know that the fluid is raised here and the surface tension is acting along the free surface, so this is the direction of the surface tension. So this is sigma. What is sigma here? That is the surface tension and its unit is Newton per meter or per unit length. That means that is the force per unit length. And yes, as you can see here that there will be a component of sigma in the vertically upward direction, and that will be acting as sigma cos theta. Yes or no? And let us assume that this is the height of rise, that is hc. Then what I can see here, that this particular water or fluid weight is actually carried by the surface tension that is acting in the upward direction. So if I ask you that what is the surface tension force, what is the surface tension force in upward direction? In upward direction. So you know that sigma cos theta is the surface tension, but that is the value of force per unit length. Now, in what length this surface tension is acting? Actually, surface tension is acting on the location where fluid is in contact with the tube. So obviously that particular length is nothing but that is the circumference of the tube. And what is the circumference of the tube? That you already know, that is equals to be pi into d. But this is the force in upward direction. If I ask you that what is the weight of fluid, what is the weight of fluid that is raised in this tube? That will be nothing but that will be the gamma of the fluid into the volume raised. Yes or no? So if I ask you that what is the volume rise, that will be nothing but that will be equals to be height of rise into area of the tube. So that will be equals to be gamma w into height of rise, that is hc, into area of tube is nothing but that is pi d square by 4, assuming that this tube is circular. So hence here from equilibrium, what we can say here, that for equilibrium both downward and upward forces should be equal. That means I can say here that the surface tension force in upward direction should be equals to be the weight of fluid in the downward direction. Yes or no? And if we equate both of these two, then you will get that sigma cos theta into pi into d is nothing but that is equals to be gamma w into hc into pi d square by 4. Now just cancel out whatever is the common term that you observe here, and hence finally get the value of hc. You will get the formula. See here that pi d and pi d will be cancelled out. Pi d and pi d will be cancelled out, and hence you will see that if you want to get the value of hc, there will be 4 that is cross multiplied from here to here, and sigma cos theta term will be still present, where is in the denominator you will get the term as gamma w into d. So this is the formula of the capillarity rise that even you have studied in the fluid mechanics. But it's okay if you have forgotten that particular formula from the fluid mechanics, but I hope now you understand that what is the concept of capillarity rise, and now we are going to apply this even in the soil also, but that will be done in the next lecture. So keep learning, keep growing.